Hi, my name's Tony Winchester. Yep, I'm RS Glory and Gold. I'm here with Mr. Rachel Maddow, fake news. Yeah, and I guess he's put another tweet out. This guy, I tell you, I got a job I have to do every day. Man, this guy's got nothing but time to just lay around on his dumb ass and talk stupid shit and tell lies. Yeah, I can't believe this guy. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and listen to his tweet, and as it goes along from time to time, I'm going to stop it and I'm going to correct any of the bullshit that he puts out. So here we go. Hell yeah.
Tony, I've ignored this for years. I'm not ignoring it anymore. When you make statements about me that are just so false, yesterday on stream you said for 4 years Keemstar's been sending people to attack me and harass me.
He has. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. He's got a bunch of minions, and no matter what he says, they're going to go do his bidding for him because they have fun harassing the shit out of people, and he just sicks them on people right and left. Now, that's the truth.
False. Show proof. Show the proof of me sending anyone to attack you. It's just a blanket lie. You also said that's not my manager. I don't know that individual. That is fake news. You don't know Board? Really?
Hey, the board gamer, he's a co-host with me, and he managed my moderators in 2016. We changed the hours of the show. We used to do the show from 6 o'clock in the afternoon till 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, he was worked at a hotel in Kentucky, which I've never been to before. Never been to Kentucky. All right. Anyway, so that tells you I really don't know the guy. I met him one time in person. But he's a friend of mine, and I like Board. He's good-hearted, and he's a good guy, okay? But, my nephew Laban, he's been my manager from day one. My nephew manager built every computer I have. He set up my Twitch. He set up my Discord. He set up my Twitter. He set up my YouTube, okay? And he's actually made, I would say, at least half of the videos that are on my YouTube. And every business decision has ever been made with RS Glory and Gold has involved Laban and not Board. Now, Board helped us because we got invited to Indie PopCom, and he took care of the arrangements for Indie PopCom. Now, I don't mean he booked a hotel because they gave us the hotel free. I don't mean he booked a space there because they gave us the space free, okay? But, he got in touch with the hotel, made sure we had the reservations. He got in touch with Indie PopCom, made sure everything was on the up and up and was going to go smooth, okay? Other than that, I mean, he's never done anything for me except be a friend, okay? And also, he used to read chat for me back in 2016 when I first started, okay? Now, hey, if you and Board have been talking, and if you and Board have been doing all these great things together, well, tell me, what was the result? What was the result? I mean, what did you ever do with Board? I mean, did you have anything to do with Indie PopCom? No, I understand he tried to get you to come and meet us there, and you didn't do it, okay? So anyway, other than Board being my friend, that's it. I'm sure you got some friends that, hey, from time to time say, hey, would you mind if I do this? Or would you mind if hey, man, you know what? Well, he came to me and said, oh, Keem might give you some money. I said, oh, well, if you can get some money out of Keemstar, you can have half of it, okay? That guy ain't never going to give you a dime. Now, what he said after that to you, I have no idea. Hey, if he catfished you, I have no idea, okay? That's between you and him. And obviously, lately he's been talking to you more than he's been talking to me, okay? Now, that's the truth. All right, let's listen to some more of your bullshit here, Mr.
Really? The guy that managed you in 2016, the guy who I had to go through to get in contact with you, to play Runescape, to get your phone number, to talk to you, the guy that handled your affairs, you all of a sudden when he comes out and speaks against you, you just don't know him. I don't know. That's fake news, guys. Even in this video here, you say, that's the second time that you slandered my name. Oh.
It is the second time. Actually, it's the third time, so I'm glad you brought that up, okay? It's the third time that you've slandered my name.
For what? What? Details. Talk. Talk. No more lies, Tony. No more bullshit.
All right, from you, there should be no more lies, you punk bitch. Now, that's really the truth, man. I sit here and I listen to you say all this shit and all this shit. All you're ever doing is twisting the truth. I mean, really, I get sick of it. You know, anyway, let's let you finish your lies.
In 2017, that tweet that you put out, when you said, you know, I just want you to know, Keemstar, to this day, I'm still getting harassment because of you, right? It was in 2017. It was a year and a half after the whole incident happened, right? That was the same day that the catfishing story came out. It was the same day. It can be proven by anyone that looks this stuff up on the goddamn internet.
You know, in a minute, I'm going to show you what happened in 2017, okay? In a minute, I'm going to show you. All right, and you guys are going to laugh. Just remember now, in 2017, that's when everything changed between him and I, okay? Yeah.
All right? And this is what I keep saying to you. You're getting harassment from other situations and scandals that you're involved in, and you're blaming.
I am not involved in any scandal. Anything to do with Return to the Wilderness has been proved it was totally untrue. It was proved it was totally untrue in 2017, and it's been proved that it's true now. I mean, that it's untrue now. So just so we're clear on that, I'm not involved in any scandals. Now, you know, two dickheads have come to me in my life and accused me of terrible shit. You and him. And I think you guys know each other, and I think he actually works for you, or tried to work for you, okay? You might have been smart enough to see what a scammer he was and not hard him, I don't know. But believe me, you know an awful lot about it. You know a lot more than I do about it. You know a lot more than the public knows about it. Now, I'd like to know, how are you and him in contact? Yeah.
Blaming them on me, and you have been blaming it on me. This whole situation, in 2019, you uploaded, because you've been flip-flopping back and forth. 2019, you
You're the greatest flip-flopper that ever existed, okay? You know, right now you're bringing up some shit that happened, you know, the day after you attacked me. That's when Return of the Wilderness put his sights on me. Now, I don't know if you sicked him on me or if he did it on his own. To be honest, I don't really care, because everybody knows that the whole thing's bullshit and not true.
upload a video saying I have no hard feelings about Keemstar, right? But then when Ethan contacts you, when he starts making this fucking video...
Ethan has never contacted me. If you say that Ethan contacted me, you're a dirty lying, you know what, MFer. That's right. Ethan has never, ever, ever, called me up on the phone and said, well, I'm thinking about putting out a video with Keemstar. Do you have some information for me? Or any of that bullshit. When Ethan put that video out, I didn't even know who he was. I swear on my mother's soul. I did not even know who H3H3 was when he put the first of the 3 videos out about you. Now, so just quit making up bullshit. Quit fucking lying to make yourself look good.
All of a sudden you start uploading all these videos like, this is what happened when Keemstar did this horrible thing to me. Dude, you just want clout.
Hey, there's only one thing I want to clout. I want to clout your face. You know what? And that's the truth. And I hope someday somebody does. All you've done is lie about me. You've lied about me 3 times now that I know about. And I'm really sick of your shit. You just make stuff up. Oh, all he wants is clout. All I want's to be left alone, you dumb shit. Yeah, all I want's to be left alone. What the hell?
It's so simple for anyone to see, and I don't care if you're the nice old man and I'm the big bad Keemstar and no one's going to be on my side. I don't care if no one's on.
Hey, you know what? If there's a bunch of people that are hating on you, it's because of the things you've done. It's because of your actions, okay? The people that are hating on me, every one of them are hating on me because of the lies you've told about me. They're not hating me because of something I've done. What have I done? Hey, I haven't done anything. Everybody knows every time you've said everything about me, anything about me, it turned out to be a lie. So, why are people hating on me? They're not hating on me because of something I've done. There's They're hating on me because of bullshit you've said. That's the truth. And maybe some other people have said some bullshit too. But the point is, you certainly have been the loudest voice, okay? Yeah. You've been the big dog, the leader of the pack, yeah.
On my side, I'm going to call you out on your fucking shit every time, all right?
Hey, and I'm going to call you out on your fucking shit every time. That's right.
Let's talk facts. Let's talk facts and back those facts up instead of these blanket accusations that you can't fucking back up. And I'll meet you in that.
Hey, all right. You say I can't back these facts up, okay? Hey, me and you had a pretty good relationship until 2017. I soured on you in 2017 because of one thing and one thing only. And here it is, big boy. Yep, this is when I soured on you. A podcast. The official podcast number 41 with Keemstar. And what's the date on that? 2017, September 21st, 2017. And this is on the internet. I'm playing this directly off the internet. I don't have a copy of it or any of that, okay? So anyway, let's make sure we find the right spot.
So Keem, I want to ask a question. I want to shift gears a little bit. We've all done things that we we kind of regret and stuff. Is there any news stories that you've broken that you've come to regret?
Hell yeah.
At the recently or like
anything? I don't care. I'll take anything. Jeez.
Well, yeah, of course. There's going to be stories I regret. The biggest one is probably getting a story wrong, and that was the 65-year-old guy Tony, the RuneScape player. What happened in that situation is basically the team that works for me. We were using a brand new system where we had a Google Docs, right? So I got a manager, and he manages, the other people that work on the news team. And basically, it was my understanding through speaking with the manager is that people would put news and submit news that work on the team to the team. The manager would go through and double check everything, make sure everything is accurate and everything's good, and then he would put that into the Google Docs. Well, what we didn't know is that someone else on the team had access to the Google Docs. So what was happening is this was in practice for maybe about 5 days, right? What was happening is all this news was being put in the Google Docs. I was reporting it. Everything was fine. Because the news that this individual that had access to that he was putting in was good. But he puts this story in that, that this pedophile that is out of jail is now streaming on Twitch. So I covered the story. Come to find out, completely wrong. I'm like, how did this get in here? I start tearing up my manager. I'm like, how the hell did this get in here? And I didn't put it in here. I didn't even know this story was in here, blah, blah, blah. So we eventually figure out who put it in there, and I'm questioning him, and he goes, yeah, we verified it by matching the faces. So they were just literally looking at the picture of this guy that was arrested for being a pedophile and looking at this dude's fucking stream, and they're like, yep, looks like the same guy, good enough.
Did you hire 4chan?
Ironclad.
And I'd like to find out if that's even true. I'd like to find out, who are these guys that he fired? Oh, I fired this guy. Oh, I fired that guy. Who are these people that you fired? Yeah. So that we could actually go talk to them and see what their side of the story is. Yeah, it might be a little bit different than how you remember it, Keemstar. Yeah. I'd love to know who were those two guys that you fired.
4chan is much better at this.
Dude, it was the worst. I literally called this dude a fucking pedophile on my show. So anyhow, I figured this out. I immediately fire that fucking idiot. I almost fired the manager for fucking somehow giving this idiot access to that Google Docs. And I was so mad at myself because prior to this new system, I personally was researching and making sure everything was correct before I reported it. And I give these guys responsibility, and within 5 days, I almost destroy my fucking career. So
come to find out, Keemstar, you are responsible. You instituted a brand new system, and the system had flaws in it. So, you are responsible. Yeah.
I immediately take the video down. It it was up for probably about 2 hours, but the damage was done. The guy over on Twitch was, crying and very upset. I immediately offered him $20,000.
Mr. Rachel Maddow, fake news. Please spam fake news in chat. Hell yeah. Now that's a lie. And all you guys have seen that video, okay? Hey, that guy is poor. I'm going to give him $1,000. That guy is poor. Okay? The man never called me on the phone. The man never spoke to me and said, I want to give you $1,000. And if he wanted to, all he had to do was, send the check in the mail. I mean, if he really wanted to do that, he would have, right? $20,000. Here's another time he's running his mouth about $20,000. That man never offered me, I'm talking about talking to me. He always talks on the internet. He always says this on the internet. He always says that on the internet. He never said to me personally, Tony, I want to give you $20,000. Tony, please take my $20,000. Never, ever, ever. In some of his other bullshit deals, he says, I'm going to give him $5,000. Hell yeah, I offered him $5,000. Hey, he never offered me shit. Now, I would sure like to see him show where he sent me an email saying, I want to give you $20,000. I want to give you $5,000. I want to give you $1,000. He never sent me shit. All he ever did was talk and the high side on the internet. Now, that's the truth. Hey, and if I'm lying, well, then show me the document. Show me the document. It's that simple, okay? Show me where you sent me an email, you're going to give me some money, or you sent me a message, I'm going to give you some money, okay? Never happened, okay? Just showboating on the internet. That's the truth.
Because everyone kept saying, oh, you're going to get sued. He's going to sue you. No, he's not. I'm not going to get sued because if he says, I want $10,000 in damages for this 2 hours of harassment I received from your fans from getting this story wrong, I would have just paid it. You can't sue me if you're saying you want X amount of money and I just pay you.
That's right. I never asked him for a penny. And like I said, we only talked 5 times. I mean, you know what I mean? Hey.
So I was trying to fucking just fix the goddamn problem. I uploaded
sure
a video within, I think, 3 hours of this happening and on the channel admitting that, we got this wrong and I apologize. And I'm trying to fly this guy to Runescape or do something nice for him. So I'm working with his people. Well, I keep on getting denied.
Oh, see there? Yeah, look. Hey, he was getting catfished by a friend of mine. That's the truth. That's funny, isn't it?
I keep on getting told no. And I keep hearing back from Tony or whatever that Tony just wants to be your friend. Okay, he just wants to be my friend.
That is the cutest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, man.
That is the best resolution.
So, well, no.
You want him to hug it out.
There's so much more to this. There's so much more to this, right? So,
before you go on, what do you mean by fly him out to RuneScape? I didn't know it was a real place.
No, there was like
strap a VR headset to him.
There's it's called RuneScape Fest, I think. It's like, I don't know.
I remember. Wait, yeah, you're right. It's RuneFest. I think it's called
RuneFest. Yeah.
RuneFest. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out something to do nice for this dude, right? But I'm put in this weird position where they're like, "Look, we just want you to be Tony's friend," and then I quickly started to understand that by being Tony's friend.
Hey, that's the only thing I ever wanted from this guy. All I ever wanted was just, hey, if we're going to communicate, then let's be friends. All right, but that's it. That's it. And if for him to say it's any more than that, he's full of shit. Yeah.
Him from my streams when I was streaming at the time, I would tweet him out. I would try to do all this stuff. And at the same time, my competitor is, scarce. He's going over and he's playing RuneScape with Tony, just milking this thing until the fucking cow is dry. Like, so.
I like that, going behind your back to play.
No, I just want to stop right there. Scarce never played RuneScape with me. In January, when this happened, I invited Keemstar to come on my show and invited him to play RuneScape with me, okay? And it got arranged, and he did come on RuneScape, and he hung around there for I don't know, maybe an hour, okay? And he got really frustrated because he was getting harassed in game, okay? And he politely said, hey, I'm going to go over to my studio and do this. I was trying to do it from home, okay? And he went back to his studio, and that's the last I ever heard from him. Now, during that interim, I spoke to him 3 times on the phone. 3 times, okay? And believe me, he never offered me any money, and he never offered me blah, 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 blah. He never said, hey, I want to pay you $20,000. Just not true. Never, okay?
RuneScape with him.
He's playing RuneScape on his stream, and it's like, so the audience is like, okay, who do I pick, Keem or Scarce? Well, Keemstar called this innocent old man a pedo, and Scarce is, look at him, he's sitting there playing with him, he defended him. It's...
No, he did defend me, but we never played RuneScape together. That's just a total fabrication, okay? Keemstar played RuneScape with me on my show. Scarce never did. Hey, I'm not just saying this. I kind of liked old Keemstar, and he was pretty nice to me, and he seemed friendly, and he seemed helpful, okay? But, I'm just talking about the first 3 times that I talked to him ever, okay? Now, there was a time, and I don't know exactly when it was, but I'm going to guess about a year later, okay? And there was a troll that kept screwing with me. And to be honest with you, I think it was this dipshit, yeah. Oh, Return of the Wilderness, yeah. That's who I think it really was. Anyway, I talked to Scarce about it, and Scarce said, well, let's ask Keemstar. So we called Keemstar, and I did not call him. Scarce did. I don't have his number. By the way, I've never had his phone number. I challenge him to show where I ever called him one time in the entire time, since January 8th. I challenge him, show where I called you, okay? And it's just not going to happen. It never happened, okay? So anyway, Scarce calls him, and he comes into my Discord or my TeamSpeak, because it might have been back when we were using TeamSpeak. And the 3 of us sit there, and we talk, and I tell him what the problem is. And basically, we came to the conclusion that, people who are wanting to attack you on the internet, there's really not much you can do. I'd already gone to the authorities. I've already complained that police weren't going to do anything about it, and I wasn't getting any cooperation from, anybody else, okay? And they said, man, you better make peace with this guy. You better try and make peace with this guy so he'll just leave you alone. And that was the advice I ended up getting stuck with on that. And like I said, I think that was actually Return of the Wilderness that was hassling me. Anyway, here we go.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I have to say, for just calling someone a pedophile, offering him tens of thousands of dollars and shouting him out 50 times, if you ever want to call Jackson a pedophile, please go ahead. Give us all that. So Tony keeps hitting me up periodically a couple months later, from this incident, and he's like, yeah, I was just wondering, if maybe you want to shout me out here and there, because after all the hype died down from this story, people stopped going to Tony's stream.
Hey, my channel's been strong the whole time. I'm real happy with the people who come to see me. I've built a magnificent community of really, really wonderful people. I'm happy with the size of my stream, but I'll be the first to tell you, hey, the first month after this happened, I got like 680 subs, okay? That's the truth. And the next month, I got like 40 subs, okay? But what Keemstar doesn't realize is I live off my Social Security. I don't live off what I make on the internet. And he should realize it, because I told him that. And I told everybody that all along. This isn't about money for me. This is about having fun with nice people. Anyway, my channel was doing fabulous before him, and my channel did fabulous after him. And I got a big bump, no doubt about it. I got because remember, when he said all this nasty ass shit about me, I did not have a sub button, and I did not even have a donation button, okay? So, how serious was I about making money? I didn't even have a donation button, okay? Yeah. And you'll remember, in some of his bullshit videos, those guys talking about, well, what's his donation button? What's his donation? Oh, he doesn't have a donation button. Oh, he didn't even have a sub button. You'll remember that, okay? So that's when all this shit happened, that's how important money was to me. And any money that I received as far as donations or anything during the year of 2016, I made sure none of it went to me. Not one single penny. So, you know, I was using, oh God, what was it called? I forgot, Gaming for Good, okay? You know, that one real famous guy on the internet, he had started Gaming for Good, and I signed up for Gaming for Good, and we were helping out, you know, different charity organizations and this and that, and I never received one single penny from any donations in 2016. Now, that's the truth. So anyway, let's go back and listen to some more of his lies.
Because, you know, it's boring. It's just an old guy running around playing RuneScape saying Yahoo, right? It's not it's not entertaining, right? It just isn't. And I'm sorry if that comes across as being mean, but it's the truth. So
okay, so now we know what Keemstar really thought the whole time, okay? And that's certainly not what he was telling me, okay? Yeah, he was telling me what a nice guy I am and how people love me and I'm fantastic, clickbait, blah, 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 you know? And the whole time, all I'm concerned about is, do I have some real friends that I'm playing RuneScape with and am I having a good time? Now, he could say whatever he wants to say, okay? You know, I wanted to grow my channel. That's why I started streaming in the first place, because I wanted to grow my clan. I wanted to get to know as many RuneScape players as I could get to know and make friends. Hell yeah. And I still, to this day, 2020, I want to build the biggest and the best RuneScape community there is. That's my goal, okay? And, you know, when I started streaming, you know, I would say 2 or 3 months after him, I got 500 members. And then, I don't know, maybe a year after that, I got another 500 members, okay? And right now, we have about 1,200, 1,250 members in our RuneScape clan, and it's the biggest clan in all of RuneScape. So I'm real happy, but I want to double it. Hell yeah. And, you know, I don't get one single thing by being the clan owner other than the satisfaction of having that many friends, people that know me and that I go into Discord and talk with all the time, or I go into to our clan chat and talk. So, you know, let's just keep it real here, you know. I hate it when people twist things for their own benefit.
So this guy went from being accused to being a pedophile from me, which was my mistake, 100%, and getting like 100 people in there yelling and screaming at him, to then being found out that he's innocent, he's a victim, and now he has 10,000 people there every night saying wahoo, wahoo, and all this other shit, to now it's...
You know, there wasn't 100 people in there yelling and screaming. I got raided during December by, I don't know. Well, I got raided by 100 people probably. But, you know, the guy who I got raided by that I think the world of was Ice Poseidon. Ice Poseidon was huge, and for whatever reason, I think originally he said, and him and I are really good friends. We even have the same birthday, okay? Ice Poseidon and I. And this summer we got together on a weekend and just hung out, and it was really cool. But anyway, Ice Poseidon, I think it was clickbait. I think he saw an old man, he thought it was cute or funny, and so he raided us. And I think when he raided us, he stuck around and watched for a while and said, hey, this old guy's pretty cool, yeah. And Ice Poseidon played RuneScape too, you know. So anyway, me and Ice Poseidon actually became really, really good friends. We're good friends to this day. Yeah. And I love Ice Poseidon, man. And you know what? And that guy, he's given me great advice. He's hosted me I don't know how many times, and I love him to death, yeah. And I think he has nothing but good stuff to say about me too. Ask him, you know.
It's dwindling down to where he's only got 200 people in his live stream, and it's going lower and lower and lower to like 100 people watching. So then he starts hitting me up, right? And it's like a lot of guilt trip, like, hey man, can you shout me out? And how am I supposed to say no? I can't say no. So I start shouting him out. He hits me up a couple months later. You know, things will die down. Haven't heard from him. Start shouting me out. So then it gets really bad for Tony, right? His people stop watching. They just stop watching. And, you know, there's not that many people there. Like 50 people are tuning into the stream. So then he turns around and starts doing this thing where he starts claiming that I've ruined his life. Because what happens is when you stream on Twitch, it doesn't matter who you are, someone is going to go into that channel and they're going to troll you. They're going to talk some shit about you. So people were going in there and they were calling him a nasty old man and calling him a pedo or whatever, because he has like a lot of young girls that he'll play these games with, and he could be flirtatious with them, right? And he's in his 60s, and some of these girls are like in their 20s or whatever. So they start trolling him, and he starts blaming it all on me.
Now, he's full of shit. I'm respectful to people at all times, and but I don't think there's one person that's going to say, "Oh gosh, that guy, he was hitting on me. He was hitting on me." That's a fucking lie. I think old guys wanting to mess around with young girls is stupid shit, and and I think they ought to put people in prison for it. Okay, and you're saying it again. And the only reason you're saying this shit, not because it's true, because you want to tilt it. You want to make it slanted so that you look like the good guy. Or maybe you look like not so much the bad guy. Or maybe you want to make it look like we're both the bad guy. I don't know, okay? Who knows what's going on in your sick mind? But, hey, I guarantee you weren't sitting watching my show all day, every day, okay? Period. And if you say you were, you're just a fucking liar again.
This is a year ago, bro. So
this is actually an effect that I've seen a lot, especially on Reddit, where they'll find like a kid's channel who, puts a lot of passion, and then they just raid the channel and it blows up. And then when it dies down, which it inevitably will do after like a month, a week, however long, then the person, the star of that, gets very, very like depressed because they think they're doing something wrong. Like, what happened? I had all of this massive success for a little while, and now there's nobody here, and then it just makes them really sad. It's just it's just an unfortunate situation. There's really no winners in it.
And like I say, I want to make sure I'm clear on this, okay? We have the largest clan in RuneScape, 1,200 members. We've been the largest clan in RuneScape since 2016. 1,200 members. The largest clan in all of RuneScape. So, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. And in 2017 and 2018, I got more views than anybody who streamed RuneScape. Now, I'm not talking about old school RuneScape, because that's in a totally different category on Twitch. In the RuneScape category, in 2017 and 2018, I got more viewers than anybody in the category, okay? So go look. All you got to do is go check it out. You're the dipshit that's always saying, "Oh, you can just go check it out. You can just go check it out." Go check it out. I got more views than anybody in 2017 and 2018. Now, they might not be a whole lot of views compared to Drama Alert, but compared to any other RuneScape streamer, I was number one both those years. I have 4 million views right now, and it's not from H3. I had 4 million views before you got in an argument with him, But the bottom line is that's twice as many as any other RuneScape streamer. Yeah, before you got into a big argument with H3, I had twice as many followers as any other RuneScape streamer. Give me a heart attack with your bullshit. That's the truth. I just get stressed out, and you just lie and lie and lie. And the sad part is people just believe your damn lies, you know what I mean? They do. And why? I have no idea, because you look like the most deceitful person in the world, and you are. And in just a second, I'm going to prove it.
I mean, the internet for it. The internet as a whole has like a memory of a goldfish. Everything is 15 minutes of fame on the internet. For the most part, you will find it, like, there are a lot of things that will find an audience, but for the most part, if something explodes, it will never reach that level again unless it somehow gets another different type of explosion in popularity from either something else or similar or whatever.
Well, we're not familiar with the case, but I think we speak for everyone when I say he should have taken the money.
I wish he did, too.
Well, then he could have used the money to sue Keemstar. It would have been brilliant.
Oh, that was good. But, so, it gets to this point where it's like, okay, what more can I do? Like, you won't take my money. I've shouted you out, like, so many goddamn times. It's like, you're still blaming me for this and making me feel guilty? So, anyhow, it gets to this point where
Once again, I challenge you to show where I called you or I sent you an email or any of that bullshit, you know. You're talking like I was asking you 50 times for something. I'm just challenging you. Show me one time, other than, because I want to make sure I'm clear on this, I like to be honest and upfront. When I had a chance to win the Golden Gnome in 2016, I sent you a direct message and I asked you to do me a big favor. I asked you to give me a big shout out and ask your viewers to go vote for me. And you know, according to you, you didn't see the PM, and a couple of days went by, and then you said you shouted me out, which nobody ever came to me and said, oh yeah, Keemstar said for me to vote for you for blah, blah, blah. But anyway, when you finally came back and said, yeah, I did, it was too late. The voting was over, okay? Now, that's the truth. Back to some more of your bullshit.
He's not getting any views, and he reaches out to me and he says, you know, his people, it's like, hey, Tony wants to call you, you know. And I was like, okay, because he had my number, we had each other's number, we talked on the phone. I was like, yeah, have him call me in like 5 minutes. So he calls me, I get on the phone with him, and he starts telling me, he's like, man, I just want exposure, you know. I think that we should do a collaboration together.
No, I'm telling you right now, we did not have each other's phone number. That's a big lie. Now, and I promise you right now, I didn't call him and talk to him about this collaboration. And I challenge him to prove it. Yeah, it's that simple.
And, you know, you should shout it out. And it's like, okay, dude. At this point, I'm like, what more can I do? So I say yes. I was like, listen, when I'm in Kansas City, because he's from Kansas City, I go, when I go to Kansas City, we're going to work together. So maybe a couple months later, I'm in Kansas City, and I call him, and I'm trying to organize like a way that me and him can be together, and we can make this video and whatnot. So I give him a time and a place where we can meet. I talk on the phone. The conversation's great. He doesn't call me back. He doesn't respond to my DMs, and he doesn't meet me at the place that we're supposed to meet, that we already made arrangements to, and the time. So I just thought, you know, he's an old man. Maybe he's sick. I don't know what's going on. Whatever. Not a big deal.
All right. Now, here's what actually happened, okay? He wanted me to pour a beer over his head. Okay, first of all, he wanted me to meet him in Kansas, not Missouri, okay? It's a different state. And the first day, you know, I thought we were going to meet for coffee and just talk. And the first day I was really busy, and I told him I couldn't do it. But we could get together the next day. And he said, oh, okay, no problem. I'll call you tomorrow. And like I said, I don't have his phone number, okay? I never had his phone number. So anyway, the next day I tell all my streamers, no, I'm not going to, all my friends on stream, I'm not going to stream tomorrow, I'm not going to stream tomorrow. The next day I sat there all day long, and the phone never rang. Now, a few days later, I found out that he had sent me a direct message, okay, instead of calling me. And, you know, at least he sent a direct message. I got to give him credit for that. But I was waiting for a phone call. You know what I mean? That's the truth, because that's what he said. I'll call you tomorrow. So anyway, I check out this place that he direct messaged me, and it's a bar, over in Kansas, okay? And it's a gaming bar, and he was getting a paid gig. He was being paid to be at that bar and to mingle with all the people and to talk to all the people and I guess game with them too, okay? And it was a paid gig for him. So anyway, I don't want no part of pouring the beer over his head. I don't want no part of saying, all right, now we're even, because that's what he wanted me to do, okay? So, hey, first he never called me, and even if he would have called me, I would have explained to him that, hey, if you want to meet somewhere and have a cup of coffee and just visit, I'd love that. But if this is about going to a bar and that you're being paid to be at, I don't want no part of it, yeah. Now, that's the truth. So, you know, he never called me. Everybody said, hey, did you have a good time with Keem? Hey, he never called. I sat at home and waited all day long. He never called me. And why would I lie about that? If he'd have called me, I'd have made a video, okay? Yeah.
After I get home, he starts having a rant on Twitter that I'm a lying piece of shit because I went to Kansas City and didn't make time for him and didn't come meet him. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, that's just not true. So this is the first point, this is a year and like maybe 2 months after this happened, right? The original thing, that I finally just say enough is enough, and I just call him out publicly on Twitter, and I'm like, nope, you're a fucking liar, fuck you. So,
and that at that point, I would have been very happy if he would have just said, "You're a fucking liar, fuck you." Now remember, this podcast that he's making right now is in 2017. So, that means that way before he made this podcast in September of 2017, him and I never talked again, okay? So how long has that been? September, it'll be, 18, 19, 20, yeah. It'll be 3 years that we've not spoken to each other in any way, shape, or form, yeah. Now, that's the truth. But this podcast was in September of 2017.
At that point, I'm like, I'm not helping this dude out. I'm not working with him. I'm not shouting him out anymore. Like, I'm just done with it. And I told him publicly, I was like, fucking sue me. Stop bitching about me. Stop complaining about me. Sue me. And it comes to find out this video surfaces on YouTube where people...
Now, remember, this is 2017, and he's talking about Return of the Wilderness, okay? That's the video he's talking about, where I showed the person who was talking to me said, I'm a 25-year-old girl, okay, period. And as soon as you show where somebody said, I'm a 25-year-old girl, what else is there to say? There's no child molestation. There's no nothing. And Keem knows all about it. Right here, he knows all about it in 2017, but yet he brings it up in 2020, even though he knows it's all lies, okay?
People were catfishing him, and they were acting like a...
Wait, kids were catfishing him?
Kids were catfishing him, acting like a female that he was talking to for like over a year, and they were acting like I can't remember the exact age. It wasn't underage, but it was young, like 17, 18, 20s, something like that. They were acting like a young girl flirting with him, and he was saying some raunchy shit to that.
Now, when I heard this podcast, that's when I said, I never want nothing to do with this son of a bitch again. Because he knows it's all lies. He knows what the truth is. He knew when he said it in 2017, and he knew when he brought it up a couple of days ago, okay? That's how scandalous this fucking guy is. He knows he's telling lies, and he is still telling it like it's the truth.
That girl, right? And yeah, they were catfishing him, and they were trying to make the case
for over a year.
Yeah, for over a year.
That's a lot of dedication.
That is the long con.
Yeah, like.
Remember, this guy who was trying to pretend to be a girl, he started the day after Keemstar raided me, and like I said, accused me. Okay. So anyway, the bottom line is, hey, I think they're in cahoots. I think he wanted that guy to get a bunch of shit on me, which he never could and never did, so that it would absolve him of any guilt. He would say, all right, maybe I got the story wrong, but look, he's a pedophile, yeah. That's what I really believe. That's how sick this fucker is.
Cyber-sexing an old fuck just to get at him. That's... I don't know. The people might have just enjoyed that.
How does that work through individuals and groups? Were they reporting on him every week? Like, how's the old man doing this week? Well,
he still wants to fuck.
Spies.
Yeah, he got under my bra this week.
I don't know.
They share an account.
He's playful but cautious.
The whole catfish thing is really, really fucking... Like, that's a wild thing. Someone has to be really bored to do that. But the catfish thing, it actually... the way I understood it is it started before my story even like happened, right?
See now he's twisting the story and telling another lie, all to make himself look good, all to make him look good. You know, if you looked at H3H3's video last night, he showed you the very date, the first date that person ever contacted me. Yeah, showed it to you.
So this thing was going on for a while where they were fucking with this guy, and apparently he's a goddamn creep, you know, based on what was being said back and forth. So I don't know.
Now he'll sue you.
Yeah. Now you see, in 2017, in September, what a piece of shit this guy is. You know, and one of the things they never tell you is that, you know, in the course of talking with this guy who was pretending to be a girl, you know, we said, I don't know, probably 50 times, we don't believe who you say you are, who you say you are. You know, and the bottom line is, if you ever saw any pictures that the guy sent me, hey, that was a real pretty girl. And I said point blank, there's no way in the world a real pretty girl is interested in me, okay? So let's not bullshit each other. I don't believe you're who you say you are. I challenged him. I said, hey, take a piece of paper and write my name on the piece of paper. You say that you keep sending me these selfies. Hey, take a picture. Take a picture. Hold it right up next to your face, a piece of paper with my name written on it. And if it's really you, well, then you should be able to do that in 5 seconds. Hey, and the bottom line is, they never sent the picture. So anyway, after about 8 months of this, we banned this person, okay? And they stayed banned for 8 months, 8 entire months. And then they came out with this story. But when they come out with this story, they don't say nothing about, oh, this person got banned. Oh, we ran, you know, asked a bunch of questions and you never gave no answers, so we didn't believe you were really who you were. They don't say that part. Hey, and you know, I probably told, I don't know, 10 of my friends about this story. That's the truth. About, I don't know, man, there's this girl, she's, you know, who's sending me emails and saying, oh, she feels sorry for me because Keemstar was such a dick to me. You know, I mean, and she just wants to be friends. And we carried on as friends for a long time, you know what I mean? And you know, at the end there, it started getting raunchier and raunchier, and I just said, hey, man, I'm telling you right now, I don't believe you're who you say you are, and I'm just going to ban you from everything because I just want to be left alone. Now, that's really what it comes down to.
I think we could still have some closure here. Tony, if you're listening, or Tony's team, if you're listening, relay this to Tony.
Yeah.
Take Keemstar to court in RuneScape. Wager some RuneScape gold, go to the courthouse, and have an actual showdown.
Trial by combat. Let the gods decide.
Now, you know, I said to Keemstar, if you're going to say one more, if you're going to say my name, if you're going to say anything else about me, then be a man and say it to my face. Say it face to face. Hey, and you can pick the parking lot anywhere in America. You give me a fair enough time and I'll get there. And then you can say what you have to say to my face. It's that simple. You're a creep. You're a liar. You're a backstabber. This recording right here, that's you talking, not me. It proves that everything you've said is a lie. You knew it was a fake story in 2017. You knew it was a fake story 2 weeks ago. And you brought it up anyway because you're losing so many subs and your back's against the wall and you're starting to, crash and burn. And you know, and when you do, I want you to just keep, when you finally crashed and burned, you're sitting there and you're feeling sorry for your dumb ass, okay? Feeling sorry, oh, poor me, I'm Keemstar, I crashed and burned, God. Hey, just remember one thing. You brought it all on yourself, you dumb fuck.